My friend told me to shut my kid up. I'm distancing myself from her.
How about you shut up?
That's right. I, 35 female, and my husband, 36 male, have a 5-year-old daughter. Recently, she found our wedding album and has been absolutely obsessed with weddings and everything to do with them. She's been asking us a bunch of questions. For example, why we got married. We've just been answering that we love each other a lot and thought it was right for us. By the way, this comes from My Kid is a Chatterbox 05. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. Recently, a friend of ours invited us to their 6-year wedding anniversary party. The friend who was hosting the party and I are a part of a pretty large female friendship group that started in our law school days. All of us are either married with children, engaged, or in a relationship of some sorts. Oh, this would be perfect for the kid to join. Because the kid's like
Cute.
all
yeah.
about weddings right now.
It's cute.
Aw. Mandy, 35 female, is a part of this friendship group and is in a relationship with Baz, 38 male. Mandy and Baz have been together for almost 8 years now. For the past 5, Mandy has been expressing to us that she really wants to get married, but Baz is very avoidant about it. To the point, when she's brought it up, he just says, "It's just a piece of paper. And I don't need the government's approval to love you."
Don't you want to make it official?
Despite us gently suggesting that he might be unserious about her and that if they have different views on marriage, they shouldn't be together. She insists that they are meant to be and that he'll come to his senses soon. At the party, all of us couples and kids were invited. My daughter was over the moon about all the wedding stuff. Mandy eventually strikes up a conversation with my daughter about school and such. My kid notices Baz and Mandy together and asks if they're married, why they aren't married, and when they'll get married, in a very awkward "when will you wear wigs" type manner.
Then Vigs.
I was nearby and overheard the conversation and immediately tried to change the subject. I apologized as I knew it was a touchy subject for Mandy. I made her apologize to Mandy for being nosy, but when she kind of snaps back at my daughter saying, "Well, we aren't married because I truly love him and I'm not a gold digger, LOL." Some context, my husband is a very successful architect and his family comes from some wealth. My family is the opposite. With me being the first generation law student, I had opened up to Mandy in the past that I was worried to meet my husband's family in case they thought I was just with him for his money. Got nervous about what people thought once they knew I didn't originally come from wealth. I love my husband, have a great relationship with his family, and I'm very successful as in my field as well. Yeah, she made her own. Going to law is not that easy, guys.
You got here.
But I knew the comment was directed at me. She is the breadwinner in a relationship and has made snarky comments to me before about the size of my ring and how big it looks. Too big and too greedy. And how she'll opt for a different style when she and Baz get married. She even implied that my husband is unattractive and made a comment that I only got pregnant early into the marriage because I wanted to seal that generational wealth down with the baby when I announced my pregnancy. Each time I kind of laughed it off and moved on, except for the last comment, which I shut down hard and kind of scared her out of saying anything else until this party. Everyone else there overheard the conversation and knew the context of the comment, and the room just kind of went silent and awkward. It was the end of the party, so we kind of just left and said goodbye to the host. This was about 2 days ago. Today, she sent me a message saying people were texting her that what she said wasn't cool and that she should apologize. She gave a half-hearted but apology and said that she probably wouldn't have said anything if I had just shut my kid up earlier. And this is basically your fault.
It's my fault.
Shouldn't have had a kid that was interested in weddings.
She's just jealous of your entire lifestyle and the fact that it's a little kid.
Dude, yeah.
It's a little kid. You get a little kid getting under your skin. You're pathetic.
To that, I responded to not ever crap talk about my kid and that I wanted space from her and that this is the straw that broke the camel's back. As it was said to my daughter, I told the other friends about the text and thankfully they backed me up and told her she was being a witch. I think they were riding her so hard because a lot of the friend group were also first-generational students with equally successful partners. She sent a follow-up apology that was slightly more sincere and has asked me to get people off her back. My husband is equally as mad, but said to maybe cut her a little slack because she is in such a crap place in her relationship and she is just projecting out of fear. The comment really hurt my feelings, but I knew that she was in a tough place with Baz, and I probably could have controlled my daughter a little earlier. So am I the a-hole?
No.
You're asking the question, should I have controlled my daughter not to ask if a couple were married and why they weren't married and being curious about a couple not being married?
It's literally like a 5-year-old. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
The fact that that triggered you to get upset at a little kid, like, why aren't you married? What?
Is she the a-hole?
No. Opie's not the a-hole. The one thing I was going to say is I don't like what the husband said, like, oh, cut her some slack. No. That doesn't give an excuse for her to be, bashing you, calling out your kid.
Maybe cut some slack. I don't think that's bad because
Sorry that your relationship sucks. Maybe you should fix that.
yeah, she's just coming from a bad place. She's just jealous. You got it good, Opie. Update. I originally wasn't going to update on the situation because I was honestly just going to ghost Mandy for a while and just forget about the whole thing. But I read some of the comments and decided to talk to my daughter. My husband and I sat her down and talked to her about there are many types of relationships because there are many types of people. We told her some people want to get married, some don't, and that's okay. And how getting married isn't just about a wedding. It's a big commitment to another person. We also said that people have long and happy relationships without getting married and that isn't something to look down on people for. We said that it's ultimately her choice to decide if she ever wants to get married in the future, and we would support her no matter what. We then explained that being curious and asking questions is a good thing, but marriage and weddings can be very personal for a lot of people, and if they don't want to talk about it, to respect that. She seemed to understand and still loves weddings and looks at my husband's and I weddings album often, but thankfully chilled out a little bit. I was still a bit confused on what to do about Mandy, as I had some mixed opinions in the comments. I get a few that stuck with me asking why we are even friends and if she even likes me. I didn't want to confess the issue again, but in the past few days, I found out I'm pregnant with a second kid.
Congrats.
After the initial joy with my husband subsided a little, I got sad thinking about this drama and thinking about how I only wanted people around me who wholeheartedly supported me. I ended up sending a message to Mandy asking to meet me up for coffee. When I met her, I told her what we had been friends for a long time, but her past comments about me hurt. I apologized for my daughter at the party, but that didn't make her comment okay. I also apologize if I ever came off to her as being judgmental on or unapproving of her relationship with Bass, that I only wanted her to be happy. And if she is, I completely support her. I then told her about the pregnancy and said that if she didn't like me, that was her prerogative, but I only wanted people around me that support me in this period of life. She took it in and actually apologized for her comments and admitted that they were mean-spirited. She felt that because of her family, she's always had the pressure to live up to a traditional family life, even though she didn't want to and was happy the way things were with Bass. I was happy we reached some sort of understanding. Things took a turn for the worst.
Buckle that seatbelt because we're turning.
She confessed that she purposely started saying mean comments to prevent me from falling into the stay-at-home mom trap. I was confused, and she clarified that 2 other women in the group have done the same after having children, and she predicted that I would go down the same route. So to protect me after I got engaged, she started indirectly shaming me in hopes I wouldn't quit my job to take care of my kids. I have never once said I wanted to be a stay-at-home mother, by the way. I told her that was effing crazy and that I never once said I wanted to stop working because I love my job. She said that was a good thing, but she thought I would do it because of how often I talk about my daughter and how in her eyes I crave the validation of my husband too much. Okay, she is just like too in this relationship. I'm just helping you.
Just making sure you don't, become a stay-at-home mom and become a loving mother.
Yeah, because stay-at-home mothers, worst thing ever.
Yeah, that's gross.
Can't do that.
No wonder, you guys have such a happy relationship and I'm not married. But here's the thing I was taught. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it.
I said she was being mean and that I've treasured her friendship for a long time. But I need to think as if it was worth saving. I'm now in my car typing this, head spinning. I don't want her to be my friend anymore, but I'm scared that other people might shame me into it because of the baby coming. What do? Update 2. Get ready with me. If people don't take your side, just be like, look, just share this post. Just share
this post. But like, your friend group seems very logical, and I would also talk to your friend group like, hey, she said this stuff about you, and she didn't like it. So very simple. I think you just tell her, hey, this toxic mindset's got to stop, or I'm cutting you off.
Exactly.
This mindset of you telling people how to live their lives and how to have their relationships.
You're crazy. Update 2. Hello, everyone. This is the last time I'm going to update on the situation because I've decided the stress isn't worth it. These last few days, I've been making the calls and visits to my close friends and family to announce the pregnancy. So pretty much everyone in my circle knows now. People have just been wanting to talk about the baby, so no one has asked me about all the Mandy stuff, thankfully. I met up with one of my closest friends in the group recently. I told her what happened the last time I saw Mandy. She was just gobsmacked, as was I. I told her I'm going to be taking some space from Mandy and this whole drama to focus on the pregnancy. Even though I didn't really want to hear about it, my friend gave some new info on Mandy and Baz. Apparently, they are going through it right now and are close to breaking up. It's gotten bad enough that Baz has temporarily moved back in with his mom. According to my friend, Mandy decided to have a serious talk with Baz about marriage. She told him that she was okay with never getting married. And by the way, we're never okay with you not marrying us. All you got to do is these 3 steps. 1, go to your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. 2, what do they search up?
OK Storytime.
3, press play. Boom. You married us. And we will be with you for at least 60 days straight.
Just about.
Yeah, we got a little bit more here. Thoughts?
It's been obvious she's projecting, and she is just jealous of, oh my God, everyone has a happy relationship, but me. Everyone's getting married, having kids, but me.
Baz then kind of freaked out and accused her of cheating because he thinks her not wanting to get married anymore means there has to be someone else, or she has lost interest, which is dumb. He apparently won't listen to reason, so they're taking some time apart. I feel sad for her, but this is not my focus anymore, and I hope Mandy just ends up happy. I'm thriving with my family, focusing on getting through these early pregnancy days and spending time with the people who support me. Dang, that really took a turn.
Yeah, but this is, when you get older, when you have a family, your own life, you got to do what's best and just focus on your own happiness, your family's happiness.
Yeah.
Don't have I really didn't like those comments where she's like, oh, I have a second baby, now I'm going to get people talking behind my back. It was just Mandy.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have the right friends and the right support group, they're only going to be happy for you.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
They're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't be a stay-at-home mom. That's the worst thing you could ever do to yourself.
Like, oh my gosh, I think you're a gold digger. That's gonna like, you must
Dude, like what? That's wild. That is
My friend doesn't want me to bring a +1, so I took back my wedding favor.
Yeah, you're not getting it anymore.
It's mine now. Here's the situation. Last summer, I bought my grandparents' house. Whoa. This house was the hangout spot for all my friends and throughout our childhood. This includes my friend Dave. The house has a sizable amount of land, which includes a lake and a gazebo. Ooh. By the way, this comes from user longassistant8873, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, I was supposed to buy the house with my now ex-girlfriend, Leslie. But going through the process of getting approved to buy, I found out that she has massive amounts of credit card and personal debt that she hid from me throughout our 4 years. I decided to break up as a result. That was about 6 months ago. I met Leslie because Dave's long-term girlfriend, Kim, is Leslie's cousin. Dave and Kim are engaged and set to get married in April. When I was buying the house, they asked if they could have the ceremony at the gazebo, which I agreed to. In December, I started dating again. Leslie has not taken this well at all. She thinks we're going to get back together and has tried multiple times to make that happen. I have told her in no uncertain terms that isn't happening. Dave and Kim have asked me to bring a +1 to the wedding for Leslie's sake. You know, if I was OP, I'd be like, she can come, but she's not my +1.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
She's not my +1. I have told him that this request is ridiculous. Ridiculous! This wedding is happening at my house using my land, and I am not allowed to bring a date because of my crazy ex? If that is the case, then they need to find a new venue for the wedding. Right. They are pissed about this, given the short time frame of the wedding and when it's supposed to happen. So we are at an impasse. Am I the a-hole? And before we get to that question, we have an edit. I have seen a few things brought up a number of times in the comments, so I will quickly address them here. I am fully aware of the liability issues, which is why I purchased and they reimbursed me for a special event insurance policy, which will provide 100% coverage for any damages, claims, injuries, etc. to any of the property or persons up to $2 million. It is one of the first things we did after I agreed to have the event in my home. Second, the wedding will have a maximum, if everyone comes, of 75 guests, 5 catering staff, and 5 security staff. The security is because this is an open area that anyone walking past can access. The house has hosted events twice this size, and logistically, it has been fine. On the property are 2 cottages, one with a bathroom, and the other with 2 bathrooms. The only portion of my house that will be locked during the wedding is the finished basement. The basement has 2 bathrooms. Next is every person who is single, i.e. not in an established relationship, received an invitation with a +1, including me and Leslie. This talk came after I sent in my return card and indicated I was bringing a +1. Now they are saying they do not want me to have the +1 because Leslie blew up about it and they were afraid of a blow up at the wedding. So who do we invite? Do we invite the person who's going to blow up at the wedding or the person who's hosting your freaking event? Hosting your wedding. Also, why is Leslie controlling your wedding? Why does she get to be like, why is Leslie being like, hey, this is your wedding, but if OP has a +1, it's over. No wedding. Why are you guys having a wet spine to Leslie? Just stand up for yourself.
Spine. Come on.
Leslie indicated she intends to bring someone on her card. I don't know if she will actually bring someone. And we have an update. So in this case, are you the a-hole, OP? You're not the a-hole. Again, they're making really weird requests, and you're being nice enough to, give them your house as, for their wedding. On to the update. So I met with Dave this morning. We talked for almost 2 hours about everything. I laid it out that I thought he was, at best, a crappy friend. I went through our long history of various things over the years that has me questioning our friendship. That was the bulk of the conversation. We then turned to the breakup with Leslie and the crap show of the last 6 months. Throughout the last 6 months, despite Leslie's craziness, I have bent over backwards to try and accommodate her feelings. She has shown up to my house in the middle of the night.
Oh my God.
I did not go for a restraining order. When I go out, I do not go to places I know that her and her family like to go. She has implied to her family and mutual friends at various times that I cheated and or that I took advantage of her financially. Neither of which is true at all. I've held my tongue not to embarrass her about these things in front of her friends and family. Dave knows all of that and yet is demanding once again that I put Leslie's feelings before my own. I said, you and everyone need to stop coddling her like she's an effing child. Yeah, she made her decisions.
There are 2 adults here.
Yeah. Why is everyone pointing the finger at you, OP, that, hey, you made decisions and, you're allowed to have them, but Leslie made poor ones and we got to pat her on the back.
Yeah. Also, Dave, do you want somewhere to host your wedding? Do you want to have a wedding place or not?
Yeah, you are literally pushing the mug off the table, I guess. You're getting really close to the edge here.
You're about to have no more hot chocolate.
There's going to be no more wedding. Dave concedes that Leslie has been crazy and ridiculous since the breakup, but he says, she feels she did not get closure after the relationship. She wants to have an evening where she can talk to you to get that closure. He also told me that Leslie has been very vigilant about paying off her debt and paid off almost $10,000 of credit card debt. Good for her. She wants to talk to me about her progress to see if that might cause me to change my mind.
It was not about the credit card debt, honey.
It will not change my mind. I asked him, so, do you expect me to go to the wedding and talk to her? Because I have her blocked everywhere, and, date or not, I do not plan to say a single mumbling word to her. He said, I fully expect she would lose it if y'all do not talk at the wedding. I told him, if that is the case, then for the good of my property, I can't have Leslie come. If she is so unstable that I need to be coerced into a conversation with her, she is too unsafe to be a guest, in any capacity, in my home. So I have told him, based on what he has told me, Leslie cannot come to my house or on my land. I am willing to still have the wedding at my place, but I cannot trust Leslie won't do something given what you are telling me. Dave lost it at this point. He said, F you and your crap. I don't need it. So I said, the wedding's off. Or in this case, the wedding is no longer on my land.
Oh my gosh. You pushed the mark off.
Yeah, you push it.
You broke it. I didn't think he's actually going to do it.
What's more important here, your wedding or Leslie's feelings? Dave left. So that is the state of things, and we're on to a second update. Let's go straight into it. People have asked for an update. Now that the original date of the wedding has passed, I think it is appropriate. In the weeks following the discussion with Dave from my last update, a number of our mutual friends reached out to me and asked if everything was okay. I ignored these messages and went about living my life. I mean, you can respond back to those messages. You're like, yeah, I'm fine. It's cool. Dave reached out to my grandparents. My grandparents said I need to talk to Dave and figure it out. I ignored them. I don't like what you're doing, OP.
Yeah.
You can't run away from everyone.
Yeah, you got to have another conversation. Or just be like, hey, put the truth out there because you failed to talk about Leslie. Yeah, just put the truth out, man.
About a month after my last update, Dave's mom reached out. She said, OP, I hope you are doing well. Can I come and listen to you? I know a number of people what to tell you what they think, but I just want to hear you. I will say as few or as many words as you want. If you do not want to, I completely understand. Her tone and tenor was different than everyone else's, so I decided to meet up. I swear if Leslie is with the mom. We met on the back porch of my house. I told her everything. The breakup with Leslie, including why we broke up, getting the invitation with the +1, the subsequent meeting with Dave and Kim, or sending the +1 because Leslie was upset, and then meeting up with Dave and everything discussed with him, and my decision to say they cannot use my property for the wedding. After I explained everything, I was pretty upset. She asked, can I give you a hug? I said yes. She gave me a hug while I cried for a bit. Oh. She asked if there's anything I wanted her to say. I asked for her perspective on everything. She had talked about how she did not really know about why Leslie and I broke up. She had heard rumors about me cheating and that but she didn't believe them. But she didn't know why we broke up because she thought we were happy and had a good relationship. She admitted she was upset by it because she was looking forward to coming to our future wedding. Dave and I having kids around the same age, and those kids spending time together at her house like Dave and I used to. But ultimately, she felt it was not her place to say anything since I am a grown man entitled to live my life how I see fit. This is like the only adult in this entire frickin' story.
Yeah, sounds like it.
She said Dave can be a jackbutt and was being one here. She told me Leslie's behavior was out of line, but she did deeply empathize with Leslie. Dave's mom told me things I did not know about her breakup with a long-term boyfriend before she met Dave's dad, and how for a year and a half, she was an absolute wreck of a person. During that time, she said she did a lot of things she is not proud of and were out of character for her. She told me she dreamed about a certain life she was going to have, and that dream was scattered. And for a year and a half, she would have done anything to get that dream back. So, she cannot judge Leslie, but thinks Leslie needs therapy. Ding! We shot the crap for a bit, and she then left. For the next couple of weeks, I kept getting calls and texts about what is going on from various people involved. I decided to just, in a rather factual way, lay everything out. I drafted a mass text message and laid out exactly why the wedding was not happening at my home. I went through everything I had shared with Dave's mom. I also sent an email. I let it be known that if anyone showed up to my house on the original wedding date, I would call the police.
He's not playing around.
And by the way, I'm calling you to listen to full episodes with stories just like this one. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and search what?
Okay, story time.
There's plenty of stories like this one, and what? We're at 60 days almost?
Somewhere around there. Yeah, you'll be with us for a minute.
There's a little bit left here, Riley.
Is he? I don't know. I feel like Dave and his bride-to-be should have dropped Leslie's feelings earlier. Maybe Dave got something going on with Leslie, and he's like, "Hey, man, every time we hook up, she's just sad about you. So could you just get back with her so we could still hook up?"
I mean, I don't think that to that extent, but I think you spent 4 years with Leslie, so there can't be like a full amount of hate for this person.
Yeah.
So you should be caring for this person. I mean, you did share 4 years together. So in my retrospect, if my ex was going through it like this, I would want to talk to them, give them the closure they deserve, or like, hey, let's get you to therapy because 1, we're not getting back together. 2, like, you are a human being. I care for you. Let's get you the help you need. Because coming at my house in the middle of the night, not okay. But let's go ahead and finish this story. After I sent the message and email, a number of mutual acquaintances and friends apologized to me for how they have contributed to the situation. Also, crap apparently hit the fan at the wedding. Dave had lied about our conversation to Kim. He apparently told her he begged and pleaded with me to let them have the wedding on my property. Dave reached out to me to apologize and see if I would be willing to talk. I told him I thought it was best that we do not talk for a while. A lot of people are mad at Leslie, and her family is blaming her for the wedding situation. Yep. No one showed up to the house on the original day of the wedding. As far as I know, the wedding date is in limbo.
That's on them, not on you.
Yeah, I mean, could a OP have handled this situation a little bit better? Oh, I guess with the Leslie situation, the Dave and Kim part about their wedding, they did absolutely the worst possible way of handling this.
Oh, yeah.
But I think handling the Leslie situation should have been like, listen, if she really wants the closure she needs, I will go up to her. It's over. Stop it. Like, stop it.
You guys are done.
Yeah, we're done.
If you keep contacting him, he's gonna get a restraining order. Like, stop, girl.
Yeah. Also, if you're really demanding about your wedding and setting, these demands with the location of the wedding.
I just know when I get married, not everyone's gonna be happy, and there's gonna be one villain, and I'm just gonna be like, all right.
Here's the thing with like weddings or planning any party or any big event. You can't please everyone.
Impossible. And that should not be your priority whatsoever. You should be making you and the bride happy.
At the end of the day, who's ever throwing the party or hosting the party or the event, whatever makes you happy, surround yourself with people that makes you happy.
Yep.
That's it.